How to disable Microsoft Copilot from Windows 11, the Pro version, but these settings will work for your current Windows 11 Home Edition as well. So let's go and see all the settings available in the latest Windows operating system for disabling Copilot. Go to your search box and type settings. Open up your settings. Here, search for Copilot. Because depending on the type of device that you have, because now Windows is trying to make Copilot part of certain laptops as well. So under personalization, text input, if you have Copilot selected, perhaps you want to select search. So now let's go back to personalization. Let's go and press on taskbar. Here, if you're seeing Copilot option, you can, as a widget, you can toggle that off. Because some operating systems and laptops may show that there. So now that's the couple of settings that you can use to turn off Copilot. So now let's go look at Microsoft Edge. If you have enabled the Copilot mode, which is the latest artificial intelligence, part of Microsoft Edge, that looks like this. So if you want to disable this using ChatGPT and all that stuff, you simply go to your settings, look at AI innovations, and toggle that off to disable Copilot mode from Microsoft Edge. Another setting, let's take a look. Where is our sidebar? Let's press on Appearance. You got AI theme generator as well now. So, a lot of these software companies are making artificial intelligence part of their things. As we can see, we've got Copilot and sidebar. You can press on Copilot and toggle that off. Okay? And also, before you do that, perhaps you want to press on Manage Copilot Settings to see what's going on here. Let's press on Privacy, Manage Shared Conversations. So how you use it, looking at these settings may be of help to you. Okay. And now we've got the Smart Mode, uses GPT-5, all that stuff. So now these are the settings for Microsoft Edge, so that you don't see Copilot. Now, at this moment, search the taskbar, say create a restore point. Because I'm going to show you different ways for disabling Copilot AI Companion. Select the drive your Windows is installed at and create a restore point. Perhaps give it a name, let's say before edits. It can be anything, perhaps a date, and press create so you have a restore point. Because if something goes wrong, you can restore your operating system back. Then let's search the taskbar and let's say GP edit. Let's edit the group policy editor. Okay, let's do something like this. Let's make it more visible. Here, let's go to user configuration. Let's press on administrative templates. Let's select Windows components. And here, let's press on Windows Copilot for this tutorial. Let's double click, turn off Windows Copilot and set that to enable. And then press apply. Let's press OK. Now using local group policy editor, we have set the administrative templates for current user, which is a Windows component, is the Microsoft Copilot. And using this group policy editor, we have actually enabled, as in turned off, Windows Copilot. So that's another setting that you can try. Next, I'll show you different ways just in case that didn't work too. But that actually should work. So I've got more aggressive ways for you to disable Copilot. Let's go back. Okay, we're editing Registry Editor in Windows 11 Pro. As I've said, make sure you have created a restore point before you touch the registry. What you can do as well, press on Computer, select Export, and export the registry entirely. Let's say backup registry. Because if something goes wrong, the operating system will actually not work. So I would suggest to you to use the previous insights and steps for turning off Copilot and then restart Windows 11 to see if it's still there. All right? Well, if it is, it's only then you follow the registry editor option. So now we've got a registry backup. Let's press on H key underscore local underscore machine. Let's extend. Let's press on software. We need to find policies here. Let's press on policies, double click, Microsoft. Here, Windows. Let's double click. Okay. What we need to do at this moment is right click, create new key. Let's call it Windows Copilot. So now we've got a key here within this registry folder here. But that's an empty key. So what we need to do now is right on this right side panel, right click, say new. Let's create a D word value. And here, let's call that turn off Windows Copilot. Turn off Windows Copilot. Notice the uppercase letters as such. Now what we need to do is we need to double click into that and set the value to 1, which is true. So now we've created a registry key explicitly telling Windows operating system to turn off Windows Copilot. Okay. At this moment, you can restart Windows operating system to see if that Copilot AI business is still on your computer. If it is, then I'll show you one more setting that is perhaps a bit more forceful for disabling Copilot AI. So now let's go back into the current user folder in registry. Let's double click software. Let's take a look. Let's find Microsoft. Double click into that. Then what we need to do is find Windows folder. Let's press into that. Here we have shell. Let's double click. Here, if you're seeing Copilot for Windows 11 Pro, you should see this. What we need to do while we're in this Copilot here, we can do various things. First, while you're in here, actually while you're in the shell, actually let's grab Copilot. You can actually export that itself, as in you can right click, export that particular folder and all these values on the right side here. So now what we can do, there's a registry key here, see? Copilot disable reason. Here it says feature is disabled. Yeah. Depending on how you're using Windows, you may see something different. So what we can do, we can actually create a new key if we want. Actually, not new key. Let's delete that. Win Copilot. Copilot disabled reason. Feature is disabled, right? But we can do something else. We can say is enabled for geographic region fail, and let's set that as such. Is Copilot available? Let's leave that as no, it's not available, which is 0 is false. Okay, now this is very forceful, so do keep in mind that if you're using this option to disable Copilot, you're doing so for location of where you are, how you're using Windows. Meaning, this is a very forceful method, so you need to double check other Microsoft products, perhaps Teams or Maps and so on. Okay. Here we also have this Bing chat. I haven't actually seen that before, but for this tutorial, let's double click onto that. Is user eligible? False. So I'm not using Bing chat. But if yours is 1, perhaps you can turn that off as well, as in set to 0. So I don't want to use no Bing chat, because it is obviously part of Copilot because it's under that folder. So these are all the settings that is known to me for disabling Copilot AI Companion. If you know of any other methods, simply comment on this video.